Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Disney Princess Mum and Wife. If you are new here, my name is Sarah and I talk about everything Disney and being a mum and a wife. So welcome to my channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe and like below. So on today's video, actually before I get into the video, I'd just like to say that I will be uploading a video twice a week, probably one towards the beginning of the week. I'm not sure what day it will be yet, but the first one of the week will be Disney related and the second one of the week will be just general life related. So yeah, so hit that bell button to be notified when I upload a new video. So today's video is about Disney. So I've got my Disney ears on, so ready. So if you want to go pour yourself a cuppa, press pause now. I'll wait. So yes, because today I am going to be talking about Disneyland Paris and how to plan your perfect Disneyland Paris trip with a family of 4. As some of you may know, I have 2 boys aged 8 and nearly 5, so it's something that we have to factor in. So you're probably here because you are wanting to plan your Disneyland Paris video. Disneyland Paris trip. So I thought I would go through the first stages of planning, you know, who to book with, places where you could get different quotes, how to book, what you need to factor in, what's best for you. There's all different meal plans and things like that. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that you'll probably want to do is have a look around for the best quote, because you don't want to just go with one company and go, oh yes, I like the sound that I have. You could get it a bit cheaper maybe. So depending on your budget, so you need to work out what kind of budget, what you're willing to spend. Is it realistic? Can you do it? Can you pay it outright? Do you need to pay a deposit? You know, things like that. So that's the first thing you need to think about, how you can pay for this, how much you are willing to spend, what's important to you. So you know, things important to you might be character dining. You might want to do a lot of character dining. You might want to you know, different things like that. So all this factors into the price when you're booking it. So first things first is get your notepad out and look at your finances and work out just how much you are willing or can realistically afford to spend on your holiday. Now the first thing sorry, that's my phone. The first thing you need to do is look at who you're gonna book with and see what new quotes, you know, how many quotes you can get and go for the best deal and who's giving the best package. Now you can either book it as a package or you can book it all separately. I personally like booking it as a package because it's all done in one thing. You know where you are, you've paid it all, it's all there. If you're happy to pay for it separately, then you can pay for it separately. You book your hotel separately, you book your travel separately, and you book your park ticket separately. That is fine, whatever works best for you is fine. But for me and my family, we find that booking it as one package is better for us. Now we are a little different because like I said in my previous video, we do have disabled people in our party, so we get a free carers discount. So that is free carers discount, yes. So basically what that is that's a free park ticket for the carer. So the disabled person pays, and then the carer, whomever the carer is, you have to you can apply for the carers discount, which is just a free park ticket, basically, not on your hotel but on your park ticket. Now, depending on if you book with Disney directly or through a travel company, depends how you go about getting this discount, but I'll go into that a bit more later. So let's get back to what I was saying. So the first thing, after you've worked out your budget and how much you can realistically spend, and if you've worked out whether you need to pay a deposit and you need to pay it off bit by bit, or if you can pay it outright, you know, whatever works for you, it's fine. So you've done that, you've worked out your budget. So the next thing you need to do is kind of decide what hotel you want to stay in. Now, there are Disney resort hotels, and there are also hotels off site and Disney partner hotels. Now, there is I think 5 Disney hotels. I think you've got one that goes lower, so you've got the cheapest one on site. This is on site on the actual Disneyland resort. You've got Santa Fe, which is, I think, is a 3-star hotel. So that is your basic hotel. Still a lovely hotel. It's Cars themed, so if you've got a real, you know, Pixar Cars fan in your family or your children like that, then they will really like the hotel. Now, you've also got to remember that you're going to be spending most of your days in the park, so factor in that into your budget that the hotel is somewhere that you're going to sleep for the night, and then you're going to spend a couple of hours in the hotel room sleeping, and then you'll be back out in the parks again. So just think about that when I say budget hotel. It's the cheapest hotel, well, as cheap as Disney can be, you know, but it's fine, because it's only a place to stay, so maybe that would work for you. It's on the lower end of the scale, 3-star hotel, but it still has a lovely restaurant inside. It's all Cars themed, basic amenities, a little shop inside. So, and I think it's the furthest one away from the park, walking distance. Now, you can, with all the Disney hotels, you can get a shuttle, which I'll talk about that a bit later. But yeah, you can walk to it, but it's a bit, I think it's the one furthest away. And then, so you've got Santa Fe, then the next one on the scale going up. So your next one in your budget, hotel kind of thing, 3-star hotel on the cheaper side of things, is Hotel Cheyenne. Now, that is a Toy Story themed hotel. Lovely. I've not stayed there before, but I've heard that it's a lovely hotel. Again, your basic amenities, you've got a nice restaurant there, nice shop, nice spacious room, all Toy Story themed. So again, if you've got a Toy Story fan in your party, then that would be really, really good. For them, it'd be nice for them. Again, budget wise, that's your next probably 3-star, 2-star, 3. I can't remember if it's 2-star or 3-star, but it's your next one along your cheaper hotels. And then the next one above that, which is the one that we're staying in, and we have stayed in this one before, and it's absolutely beautiful. I personally recommend this one, and it's probably one of my favourite hotels. And it's Sequoia Lodge. It's basically set in like a really wooded area, really, really nice. Really like scenic and full of sequoia trees, and really got that woodland theme in, and it's like log cabin effect in the bar. It's got this beautiful log fire that you can sit up and, especially in the winter months, you can cozy up in front in the bar and have a drink. You know, it's just so lovely. And as you probably guessed by the forest theme, it's a Bambi themed. Now this hotel gets you to the club level hotel. So you've got your standard rooms, which is in the hotel, and the lodges outside the main complex of the hotel. And then you've also got what they called Golden Forest, which is where we are staying because we thought we'd treat ourselves. We got quite a good deal when we booked it. The offer on when we booked it, which was January last year, so at the time of recording it was January, we got it, it's January 2019 now, so we booked it in January 2018. So, and at that time we got an offer of 2 days 2 nights free. So we got a really good offer, and we decided to treat ourselves, and we upgraded to the Golden Forest Club Lounge. Now you get club benefits. Now the club benefits to these are you get your own private check-in, and you get there's afternoon snacks served between, I think it's 12 and 4 if I remember right. I will double check that for you and make sure I'm right, but if anybody knows more than me, then pop it down in the comments below and let me know if I've got that right. And you get drinks served till, I think it's till about 6 o'clock at night, all free. You get all that, and you get your own private club room, but like sorry, not room, lounge for breakfast. So you're away from everybody else. You know, you're not in those busy queues waiting to get your breakfast. You've got this whole club lounge that's just for you and other Golden Forest people. So yeah, so that starts your club level. So if you wanted a club level and you wanted the club benefits, then the hotel that you'd need to look at starts from Sequoia Lodge, which is the more budgeted one of the 3 hotels. So 4 hotels. There's 3 at the moment, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But at the moment, so yeah, so if you want a club level, then don't go for Santa Fe, don't go for Cheyenne, but go for start from Sequoia Lodge. Then so after Sequoia Lodge, it goes up to Newport Bay, which is opposite the lake, because where the hotels are, there's this big lake. It's called Lake Disney, and it's got in it a big like hot air balloon that's called now if I can say this right, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but it is Panoramagique is what the hot air balloon, and you know, you look over Lake Disney with that. So you've got Sequoia Lodge, and then opposite the lake you have got Newport Bay. Now this is more of a nautical theme hotel. Again, I've not stayed in this hotel, so I can't really say what it's like. You see, my goal is to stay in probably every hotel in Disney so I can experience it all. But I've stayed in Santa Fe, but that was before the renovation, before they did it into cars, so I've not stayed in it since they made it into cars. And I've also stayed in Sequoia Lodge, so I know what those hotels are like. But yeah, Newport Bay, again, it's a nautical theme, so you've got Mickey, Donald, Goofy, all that in like a sea view thing, and it's lovely. I was a New England type, I would call it. I think, yeah, New England type kind of hotel. Really nice, and it looks absolutely beautiful over the lake when it's lit up. And again, this has a club level room, so you've got standard room and you've got club level room. Again, same benefits as Sequoia Lodge. You get your afternoon snacks, you get your own private check-in, and you get your own lounge. So again, same with that. Now, bear in mind that with these club level rooms that you will be paying more than a standard room, but the added benefits are worth it. And if I remember right, you get a hotel fast pass, not the VIP fast pass, because that's only if you're staying in a suite, but you do get a hotel fast pass a day for everyone in your, I think it's everyone in your stay, and you get one hotel fast pass that you can use on any of the rides that have fast pass a day. So that's another benefit for staying in a club room. But again, I'll go into more detail on the hotels and the benefits of the club rooms in another video. So again, that's got a club room. And then the next one to that was, no, it's not going to be anymore because it's closed at the time of recording. This is January 2018, so at the time of recording it is closed and it is being renovated into the new Marvel Hotel. So I'm not sure when it's opening yet. I will have to double check that, but I think it might be opening in 2020. I think so. Maybe next year it will be open again, but it's been renovated. It was Hotel New York, and again that had a club level to it when it was Hotel New York. I assume, I'm not sure, but I assume it will have a club level again when it turns into Marvel. But obviously until we know the details on Marvel, then I can't obviously comment on whether that has a club level. But you know, that's another, when it opens again, that's another option that you can stay in the Marvel Hotel. But obviously you can only do that once it's open. So more on that, and I will let you know when I know when it's open. So yeah, so then you've got was Hotel New York, and then after that you have got the big hotel, the dream hotel that I've wanted to stay in my whole life. You have got the beautiful Disneyland Hotel. Now the Disneyland Hotel is that big pink building that you see as you walk into the parks, and it is just beautiful. It's the most expensive of them, so it's not cheap. Even for a classic room, it's not cheap. And even if you want a Castle Club, which is extremely expensive in my opinion, again you get club benefits. But with staying at the Disneyland Hotel, you also get premium meal plan, which is another thing that you need to think about if you want meal plans. But I will go into the meal plans a bit later on that. So yeah, so you've got those if you want to stay on site. So let's recap. You have got Hotel Santa Fe, lovely budget hotel. You have got Hotel Cheyenne, which is, so your Santa Fe hotel is Cars themed, and then you've got Hotel Cheyenne, which is Toy Story themed, and then you go up to Sequoia Lodge, which is Bambi themed, and starts at your club level. And then you will have the Marvel Hotel when it opens, which is obviously Marvel themed, but obviously that's not open yet at the time of recording. That is not open yet. And then sorry, no, what am I saying? After Sequoia Lodge, you've got Newport Bay, which is your nautical New England theme. Then the Marvel Hotel. I'm just going around the Disney Lake here, and then you have the Disneyland Hotel, which is beautiful. So it depends what sort of budget you're looking at, depending on what hotel you can. And you don't even have to stay on site. You can book a partner hotel, which, if I remember right, you have got partner hotels, which is the Explorers Hotel. You have got Dream Castle Hotel, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, and Hotel B&B, and I think they are the partner Disney hotels. I might have missed one, let me know if I've missed one. But you can also stay off site, but they don't, but with the resort hotels you get extra magic time, which means you get to stay you get to, you know, go into the park before the park opens. I think it's between 8:30 and 9:30, which is a really good benefit to staying in a resort hotel. Not too sure if you can use your extra magic time on the off-site hotels, but there are shuttles going from the partner hotels to the Disneyland park, so you can get there. So if you want to be on a bit of a budget and you're not bothered about staying on site, then by all means book a partner hotel. But if you want to stay on site on the resort, then your cheapest hotel to book would be Santa Fe, and going up the scale, the most expensive hotel would be the Disneyland Hotel. I will go into hotels in more details with the benefits and things for those in another video. So that is just something else you need to think about. Gosh, I'm waffling on here, aren't I? So yeah, so you need to think about what hotel you want to be in, whether you want to stay off site or whether you want to be on site. So excuse me. So once you've decided whether you want to stay on and off site, it's the time to go and see who you want to book with. Now you can book with Disneyland Paris direct. They always have offers on. Make sure you check the offers because they're always changing. Right now, at the time of recording, they have got 25% off the hotel stay and a free half board meal plan. So if you want to take advantage of that, I think you need to book. It's difficult because some say book before 11th February and some say book before 31st of October. Now it could be winter, spring booked by 11th of February and then summer 2019-20 booked by 31st of October. I will double check that for you. But yeah, so always look out for the offers as well, because you can save a great big deal. I mean, the meal plan as well, a free meal plan is brilliant. If you stay in the Disneyland Hotel, you get the 25% off and you get a free half board premium meal plan, which is the most expensive meal plan, but it includes the Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. It includes all your character dining and things like that. So if that's important to you, then that's a good meal plan to go with. But again, I will do a separate video on the benefits of the meal plan and how much they cost. But you might want to think, you know, you can just wing it and just go without a meal plan if you know you're not good. So yeah, that might be something that you want to factor in, knowing that you have a meal plan into your budget, knowing that you have all your food paid for, and all you have to have is like money for spending money and things like that. So yeah, so that's another thing. So again, work out if you want your meals paid or not. It's completely up to you. It's your holiday, it's fine. For us, it was better to have the meals included, and then we knew that we had the money for them. So after that, you need to think about who you're going to book with. So you can, there's a number of companies that you can book with, and I'm sure there's plenty more than what I'm going to mention, but these are the main ones as far as I know. You can book with Disneyland Paris direct on their website. They have like a little booking thing to book online, or you can call them up, call the reservation line up. I will link all these below so that you know. Or you don't have to book with Disneyland Paris direct. You can have a look round, play with your dates, see who has the best deals. You can book with a company called Magicbreaks, which is who we booked with, and I really recommend them because they were so brilliant with us and so helpful. So again, I will link them down below. So that is a good thing. But also, when you are booking, thinking about who you're going to book with, think about whether you are able to pay off outright, just pay the holiday off, or if you want to pay a deposit and then you're able to pay in installments, you know, however you want. Now with Disney before, you couldn't actually pay a deposit online when you booked it online before, but recently they've changed it where you can pay a deposit. I think it's about 15% deposit, and then you have got 60 days before your departure date to pay the rest, and that's if you book online. Now it's always been, if you ring up through the reservation line and you say you want to pay a deposit, and then you can ring up and pay in installments. So you've always been able to do that, as far as I know, or when we did it last time we were able to do that. So that's, you know, if you do need to pay a deposit and pay it off in installments, then you can do that. Also, yeah, and it's the same with Magicbreaks. You can again book online if you want, and you can pay a deposit or choose to pay outright with them. And again, sometimes if you ring up as well, I'm not saying that they do this every time, but I know with us, when we rang up, because we rang up and did it over the phone, the travel consultant gave us a little bit, like 2% more discount on the package. So sometimes you might get extra discounts if you do ring up and book, so keep that in mind. So yeah, so whatever's easier for you, you know. So there's that one, or there's the Disney travel company. They are similar to Disneyland Paris. Their website looks similar, so don't get the two mixed up if there's a certain one that you want to book through. So make sure you're on the right website when you're booking. So yeah, the Walt Disney Travel Company is another one, or you can just pop into your local travel agents and see what they have in person if you just want to do it the old-fashioned way. So yeah, the three main companies are obviously Disneyland themselves, and also a little tip also is to, if you find an offer on the English website, maybe try the other websites, such as the French website or the German website. They sometimes have better offers on, or you can get it a bit cheaper. So maybe do that as well. Look into that, see what the best you can get for your money. And like I said before, look out for the different offers. They do a 2 nights 2 days free offer sometimes during the year. Currently right now, at the time of recording, they are doing the 25% off hotel and a free half-board meal plan. So just go around, look at what's best for you, see if you want your travel included in your package or if you want to book it separately. So, you know, do things like that. So just play around with your dates as well, because obviously think about what time of year you want to go, whether you need to go in school holidays, whether you can go out of school holidays. Check also if you don't want it to be too busy, check when the French schools have their school holidays, because that makes a big difference as well. So yeah, so think about if you are able to go outside of school holidays, and if you are, that's great because it won't be as busy. Think about what time of year, if there's any special events you want to see, like at the moment they've got the Star Wars event on at the moment. When we go, it will be season of Marvel, so in April, we go in April, and it will be season of Marvel, so that'll be exciting. They have Pirates and Princess Festival, they have the Christmas, they have Halloween. So yeah, so think about the time of year you want to go, if there's any special events you want to see, any special shows you want to see, you know, things like that. So have a think about that, because that might also when you want to go. And bear in mind that the prices will be a bit more expensive if you do have to go in school holidays. So yeah, so that's that. So yeah, just have a, if you can, if you're free to play with your dates, have a play with the dates, yeah, so that will be that. So like I mentioned before, the 3 main companies that you could book with is Disneyland Paris, online or over the phone, Magicbreaks, who we booked with, and the Walt Disney Travel Company. So, and obviously your good old-fashioned travel agents. Again, I'm sure there's other sites around there, other travel agents that you could book through. So, you know, just have a look and decide what's best for you. So, another thing that we are doing that might help when you factor in your dates is that obviously when you book, you get your first park day on the date of departure. Now, depending on how you're travelling to Disneyland, whether you're driving and getting the Eurotunnel, whether you're getting the Eurostar, whether you're flying, you know, however you're getting there, most of that first day is going to be taken up, unless you get really early, like begin your journey really early. Then most of that day is going to be taken up with travelling. So we have decided we're flying with from Heathrow, because we just live basically down the road from Heathrow, about 15 minutes away from Heathrow. So we're flying with Heathrow, and from Heathrow, and our flight is at 1:30 in the afternoon. So that means we wouldn't actually get to Disney until 6 o'clock at night, which if we went on the day that we've booked to depart on, we would waste a whole park day, which would be a whole park day wasted. You've wasted your money, you know. So we've decided to use the day before. So we're actually booked in with Magicbreaks to arrive on the Monday. Yes, the Monday, the 8th, the Monday. But actually we are travelling on the Sunday, so it doesn't matter then what time we get to Disney, because we're not going to use a park ticket. Now I'll tell you why. Because we have booked a room only. Now there's different ways you can do this. You can book an off-site hotel for the night, and then in the morning travel to Disney, and things like that. Or you can actually ring up Disney and request a room only. Now, room only in Disney isn't cheap. You could probably get a little bit cheaper if you book an off-site hotel. Now, because of our circumstances and our mobility issues and things like that, this is just personally our circumstances, it was best for us to pay that little bit extra just for ease of access, and that we're there on the day and we can use our extra magic time, and go into the park early. We've been rested, we've rested, we're all ready, we're all going to be sprightly and ready to go. So we decided to do a travel day and book a room only in Disney. Now you can do that. You can ring up Disney and request room only and pay that. Again, you can pay as long as it's before 60 days when you ring up. You can pay a deposit and then pay the rest 60 days before you sorry, my ears are getting really tight on my head, sorry. Before you before you go, as long as it's 6 days before you go, you can pay a deposit and then pay the balance 60 days before you go, so that's fine. But bear in mind that it is a little bit more expensive, but if you're happy to pay that little bit extra just for the ease of it, then fine, go ahead, do what we did. But if not, you can always stay on an off-site hotel and then travel the night before and then get the shuttle or an Uber or something and get it to your hotel in the morning, check in. Now, rooms are not ready until 3 PM, but you can check in, leave your luggage and get your park tickets and go straight to the park, so that's not a problem. So that may be another thing that you want to think about when you're thinking about your dates. Maybe use the day before as a travel day, depending on, you know, your mode of travel. So you need to think about your mode of travel, how you're gonna get there. So the options, as far as I know, the options are flying. You can fly to Paris, you can drive to Paris, and you can either do this by ferry or the Eurotunnel. And you can actually, if you want to get Eurotunnel, you can actually use your Tesco club card vouchers to pay, so that might be a budget thing. And also, what I didn't mention before was there is another Disney hotel just outside the Disney park called, but it is a Disney hotel, and you do get your meal plan with this. It's called Davy Crockett Ranch, but you can only stay there because it's a self-drive. Now, taxis don't go to that area, and shuttles don't go to that area, so if you want to stay there, it's great, because especially if you're a family of 5, sleeps 5, it's great. But it is self-drive, so you will need a car. So this is where driving comes in quite. If you're happy to drive in France, then go ahead, you know, but you can stay at Davy Crockett Ranch, which might be an idea for you. You can bring as much food as you like. See, with driving, you're not restricted with your weight allowance like you would be with flying, and you know, and things like that. So driving is an option. You can go on the ferry or the Eurotunnel, and I think it's about from the Eurotunnel. I think it's about, now we don't drive, so I don't know. I won't have any experience of this, but I think it's about 3 hours from the Eurotunnel to Disney. Quite straightforward, toll roads, things like that. So as far as I know, people have told me that it's quite an easy drive, so that might be an option if you're fine. Now, do also check, if you are going to drive, the driving requirements within the EU and what you need, because there are some extra things. But if you would like a driving video, then I'll happily look up that information for you and provide a video on that for you. So you can drive, you can fly, you can get pretty cheap flights to Paris Charles de Gaulle and do that. And then I think it's about 40 minutes to an hour from the airport, and then you can the thing is, if you don't want to drive all the way to Paris, but you're happy to drive in, you know, in France, you can always fly, but again, remember, you have your weight restrictions. But you can always fly, and then you can hire a car, and then you can drive to Davy Crockett Ranch with the hire car. So that's the way to do it if you don't want to do it. And then, so you've got your flying, and then you've got Eurotunnel ferry. Yep. Just lost my train of thought there. Or you can get the Eurostar from St Pancras, London, St Pancras, Ebbsfleet and Ashford, which can work out expensive for a family of 4, because we looked at it, we weighed up the pros and cons for flying, and we thought, oh, Eurostar will be easy because we can just get on the train into London, and then, you know, it takes you straight to the park. But the price for a family of 4 was extremely expensive when we went to look at it, so it was cheaper for us to fly. So bear that in mind. It might be the easier option, but is it the more economical option, the more affordable option? So always weigh up, you know, that when you're deciding whether you want to fly or not. So yeah, so you've got flying, and you've got Eurostar, and you've got the Eurotunnel, and the ferry. You can use the ferry if you want a nice boat ride. So yeah, so you need to think about how you're going to get there, And then also, again, if you are going to fly, then you also need to factor in the price of transfers to the airport. There's many different ways that you can transfer to Disneyland from the airport. You can either let's see, sorry, just lost my train of thought there. You can either get a private transfer, private taxi. There's many companies you can use for that. You can get an Uber if you want. You can get it's called the RER, I think it's called, the train, which is from the airport right into Disney. Or you can get the Magical Express, which is a shuttle bus type of thing that takes you from the airport. It might be the cheapest option for you. I think it's about €20 per person per way, I think. I might be wrong, let me know if I am. But yeah, you can do that. So yeah, there are different things. So again, factor that in, and factor that into the cost. Ease of access for your particular party, your circumstances, and how you're gonna get there. So you need to factor that in when you're deciding, you know, planning and deciding to book your holiday. So yeah, so that's the main things really. So you need to plan which hotel you'll stay at. You need to plan what time of year you're going to go. Can you go in and outside school holidays? Is there any special events you want to visit, you know, things like that. What kind of hotel are you happy to stay off site? Do you want to stay on site? Which hotel do you want to go? Is there a particular themed hotel? So you need to think about all this when you're factoring it in. But the main thing is, think about your budget and realistically, and you know, if you can pay with a deposit and pay it off, then that's great, because you might find it. And then also think about if you want a meal plan, which I will do a video a bit later on, maybe next week, don't know, on the meal plans. So also think about that. So I'm waffling on now, and I realise I've kept you for quite a while. So think about, so let's bullet point. Okay, so to bullet points, most important things you need to think about are your budget, what you can afford, what's within budget, where you're going to stay. Are you going to stay on a resort hotel? What kind of hotel you want to stay in? Do you want to go down the lower budget, or do you want to treat yourself to a high budget? Can you afford it? What type of theme you want to stay in, or do you want to stay in an off-site hotel? The next one is how you're going to get to Disney. Are you going to drive? Pros and cons to driving. Are you going to get the Eurostar? Pros and cons to Eurostar. Or are you going to fly? And also, if you pick flying, then you need to pick your transfer, best transfer, Magic Shuttle, private transfer, Uber, taxi, train, something like that. And also, you need to factor in your meals. Do you want a meal plan? What level meal plan do you want? Do you want standard, breakfast only, half board, full board, premium, plus? You know, what can you afford? What do you want? What do you think you're gonna, or are you gonna wing it? So that's the, do you want your meals included in the price? And also how much spending money that you're wanting to take, what you're wanting to buy there, and who you're going to book with. Do you need to pay a deposit and pay in installments, or can you pay it outright? And can you play around with your dates? Do you need to go in the school holidays? Can you go outside the school holidays? Is there a specific event you want to go to? Specific time of year, like New Year, Halloween, the Halloween soiree, or the New Year party, Christmas, what time of year you want to go. So yeah, so that's basically the initial planning of what you first need to think about. I will do a video going into more details on these specific things. So I will do a video on the hotels, pros and cons to each hotel, for each mode of travel, so how you want to travel, the pros and cons to that. Meal plans, go into meal plans a bit more, in a bit more detail, go into that. You know, basically just everything going in, but this is basically a summary of the things that you need to think about. And I know I've waffled on for quite a long time, so I apologise. But if there's anything specific that you want, that you have questions for, you want me to go over, or something, you know, you'll think about, like, you know, then let me know down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them for you and do a video on them for you. So yeah, so that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again. See you later, guys. Have a magical day. Bye.